Hello, we're back. It's 7 weeks after now, and all the videos of the walk have been created and put on YouTube, and many of you have seen our adventure. We didn't have a channel before the West Highland Way, and we've now got 90 subscribers, 600 and something watch hours, and I think just the videos of the West Highland Way have been 4,500 views or something. So thank you very much. We're astounded, to be honest, that anybody's that interested in anything that we do.
Oh, we have to say.
Or any of the rubbish we talk along the way. But no, truly, it's been amazing, and thanks for everybody that's watched. So today, we thought it appropriate to show you what we took, I guess, what was in the bags. So we're going to show you everything that was in our bags. We're going to talk to you about what worked well, what maybe didn't work so well, what we might change. We're going to weigh it all, and we'll talk about the cost of, not the financial cost, the weight cost of doing all this vlogging. And at the end, we'll bring in the technology and show you just how much more weight that added to the packs.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time over the winter. I think initially it's June now. We did it in April, last week in April. We initially decided to do the West Highland Way, I think, back in September. Yeah, so I think we were in Spain actually at the time, sat by the pool, and we thought, you know what, when we get home, should we do some long distance hike? So we went home with the idea in September and spent most of the winter changing out the things we'd already got for wild camping and overnighters to try and cut the weight as much as we could, or reasonably could. We didn't want to go ultra light, we still want to be comfortable. You know, you'll see in a minute we've got like 2 pillows each, so we're certainly comfortable, but we wanted to reduce the weight as much as possible, and then we bought the technology to vlog it, and added all that weight back on. We had no intention really of it being a public channel, I guess, and people watching. No. It was really for posterity and for family to see what we're up to, and family when we're not here. I don't know how long YouTube will last and whether these videos will still be floating around the cloud at some point in the future, but grandkids, great grandkids, to see what we're about, what we did, you know, in our spare time. But it's obviously gone quite well as well, and people have been watching it, so again, thanks. Right, I guess without further ado, shall we start on some stuff?
Yep. Let's
start with the bags. So for me, pretty standard amongst walkers, I guess. The Osprey bag, it's an Exos 48. We did consider going slightly smaller, but we thought 48 would be a good all-rounder.
Because that would do summer and winter when we have a few more things.
Yeah.
And if we take Woody with us, which we do.
You might not be able to see him. Woody. He's not featured on the channel yet, but he will do. Our old Cocker Spaniel, who's just been in the ditch in the back of the garden, and he's half black, half white now. He might come along in a bit. Yeah, so Osprey, Exos 48, and
I've got Asia 48. Can't fault it. The weight that I carried, I couldn't feel it. Not a single pain, ache, sore, nothing. And I don't think I want any other bag, really. It's light.
Yeah, pretty light.
Comfy.
Just over 1 kilo, I think.
The only thing, the pockets, the waist pockets, they're not easy to access on your own. You can open them easily enough, but I struggle to close them, so I couldn't eat my sweets discreetly without you knowing. So yeah, that's the only thing that...
Yeah, I think they're a bit too far round as well, aren't they?
Yeah, and you can't adjust them.
They're not that big. I mean,
no.
They're all right. I mean, in mine, I think in one side I put a bag full of change. And luckily, all my notes, you'll hopefully seen a video about me losing my wallet. I had the notes in there, all my change, and little bits of electronic gizmos for the camera.
Headphones.
But other than that, we didn't really have a lot in the waist pockets.
No.
And in there, 70 litre dry bag, covering the whole bag. So that's that. This pile here is clothes that generally were worn every day. So these were these weren't carried.
The outfits.
Well, they were carried on our bodies, but not in the bag. A set of scree gaiters just to stop the stones and debris getting down the edges of your shoes and stuff. Pretty small and lightweight. Didn't need full-size gaiters because it's not winter and it wasn't that wet and muddy. Pair of pants, you don't really want to see those, but they're man-made fibre, so moisture wicking, not cotton or anything like that. Some form of polyester mix, nylon. Base layer, it's a Rab. Don't know which one it is. Rab something. Very lightweight. Again, moisture wicking. We're not sponsored by Rab, but you are going to see quite a lot of Rab gear.
A lot of Rab.
We do like the brand, so we've got quite a lot of the Rab gear. Mid layer with the hood. Again, another Rab. I also like orange quite a lot.
You'll see a pattern.
So that's a mid layer. And trousers.
Would you believe it?
Would you believe?
Rab again.
Yeah. Rab. Again, I can't remember which model they are. Torque, I think. Rab Torque trousers.
Very comfortable.
Blimey, I won't get in them now. Barbecue season's here. Put a few pounds on, I think. Rab trousers. Wore those every day. And this wasn't initially going to be going, but in Fort William Station car park, on the morning, Joe persuaded me to pack it just in case, and to be honest, I wore it nearly every day at some point, so I'm really glad I took that. That's a Rab Hygeine hoodie. So that's what we wore every day. And shoes, pair of socks, merino wool, thin, lightweight. They smell a little bit better than they did by the end of the walk now.
End of the first day.
Shoes, I wore Morel, Moab, Speed, GTX, Gore-Tex, and Superfeet insoles. They were absolutely fantastic. It's the first big walk they've had. They've had day walks, and I put plenty of miles in them beforehand. But they were absolutely amazing. Dry feet all the way. And on my wrist, a Garmin Instinct Solar, which had the route on it and things for backup. Didn't really need it. You don't need it on the West Island Way, but yeah, I had the route on there, and it obviously logged everything for the relive videos that were at the end of each of our videos. So that was it. That was all worn.
I had my favourite socks ever. Double skin?
Double sockers.
Double sockers. Quechua. I've had them for, God knows, 5 years? 4 years, 5 years.
Decathlon, isn't it?
The Decathlon. I had another pair of socks that were merino wool, and the only day that I wore them, they gave me a blister. So I stuck by the ones that are comfortable, thick, and no more blisters. Oh, hello.
Oh, there he is. Sit down.
Sit down.
You filthy.
Good boy.
Sit down. Good boy.
Base layer, I had, I think this is Tesco Active Sportswear. I have one in this, what colour would you call it? Pink? Peach colour, and one in black.
Ask a bloke a colour.
Here we go. And then I decided not to take my Rab trousers and take my Caramore trousers, which I find more comfortable they were perfect, have no complaints whatsoever. And then my Rab top flux pull on, and it's quite warm and comfortable and cozy, so yes. And on my feet I had mammut boots, warm feet, but I won't wear them again for long distance walks. They don't give my feet enough flexibility for them to move, so I ended up having very sore feet for
Most of the walk.
90% of the walk. Day one was the only day that I didn't have any pain on my feet.
They're just not. I just don't think they're flexible enough for
No.
multi-day.
I've been out on them on day walks and they were fine, but for multi-day walks they're not great. So I will be replacing them for something else.
Trail runners, I think.
Yes, and that's it for me. My gloves, they are Rossignol gloves. I got them at TK Maxx. They are quite comfortable, quite warm. You can still use your mobile if you want to, and they have a little clip that you can keep them together so you don't lose them.
We had string when we were kids. Put them up your sleeve.
My New Balance hat, I think I worn this once on the day that it was raining, just to keep the rain off my face. And then my favourite jacket, I think, for walks when it's slightly windy and just a little bit of rain, my OEX jacket. It's light and it just gives you enough protection and keeps the rain away, which is perfect. I think that's it when it comes to clothes.
Yeah, I forgot this little pile actually. So sunnies, Ray-Ban Aviator polarised, a buff which actually Joe wore more than me, a pair of gloves. I wasn't going to take them, but actually in the mornings it was quite nice just to have a pair of gloves. Rab again, a OMM super lightweight waterproof hat, which I got in a bargain bin at Go Outdoors for £5 or something. It's got ear protection as well, comes down over the ears if it's sunny. I have washed it though, and it
didn't take the wash very well.
No, I think it was too hot or something, and the waterproof lining's coming away. But that's fine. It'll be even lighter, won't it? So they were worn most of the day, most days as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. I think what we're left with now is what we carried.
Pretty much.
So should we start with a sleep stuff? Yeah.
Yes.
Okie dokie. So sleep stuff. Sleep clothes. A pair of merino socks, a merino top, and merino leggings. Simple, fairly standard sleepwear.
Same.
And that was all in a dry bag. For the floor, very simple, cheap foil mat, just for some added insulation. Might give you an extra half an hour value, I don't know. Really cheap.
You can tell the difference when you don't
Amazon.
have it, I think.
You can, yeah. It does make a bit of a difference. It's worth carrying, it doesn't weigh anything, really. So that goes on the floor first. Then we both took Big Agnes Rapide SL insulated sleep mats. I think they've got an R value of around about 4,
I think so.
something like that. We've used them in the winter and they were very, very good. They are the standard length, because neither of us are that tall. I think I'm 5'9", and you'd have everyone believe you're 5'8", but
I'm 5'9".
not quite. So they are the regular length, and they're only the 20-inch wide, but 2 of them together in the tent that we took was absolutely perfect.
Yes.
It just made it like a double mat. If you're on your own, I have used it on my own in the tent actually, and I probably would get a wider one if I was on my own, because I tended to fall off it a little bit on my own. But for 2 people in the tent, fine. Then sleeping bag is a Rab Mythic Ultra 180. Absolutely amazing. Even in its bag, it weighs just over 400 grams. It is really a, I guess, 2-season, 3-season bag. It's got a comfort level of 7 degrees and a limit of comfort of about 0. But with the other bits of the sleep system, I would say you could go sub-zero in it. It does use Rab's tilt technology, which is like having a foil survival bag inside your sleeping bag, and it's just uber light. I like it. The only thing I don't like is the zip. Because they've tried to get it ultra light, you don't get a full zip. You literally get like 4 inches at the top. So getting in it is
A struggle.
a bit of a struggle. It's plenty wide enough, you know. Once you're in, it's fine.
Yeah.
And it moves around with you quite nicely. So that's the only bit really. I don't know whether I'd prefer a little bit more weight and a bigger zip. If you got warm in this in summer, you can't like open it. You can't throw it off. You've got to sort of pull it down. So you know, it has its slight disadvantages. It lofts up really nicely though. I do like it.
And I had my Rab Ascend 300. What's the comfort?
Same.
Same.
Yeah, it's just slightly heavier.
And a longer zip, so I had no issues getting in and out.
Probably crackling on the mic, so I'll not pack that away.
And yeah, lovely bag. Kept me nice and warm. Plenty of room to move about. So yes.
Pillows? Oh no. Sleeping bag liner.
Yep.
Cedar Summit cotton, silk cotton liner. This is the smallest, lightest one they do. I'm a really warm sleeper, so this really is just a bit of a protection layer for the bag, so that I don't have to have it washed, and it don't get all sweaty and horrible. This will soak it up. I think in summer I probably could sleep in this, if I'm honest, because I do sleep hot. So that's what I put inside my bag.
And I had the Cedar Summit Thermalite Fabric Reactor Extreme, because I am not a warm sleeper. So yeah.
I've got one of those for winter, haven't I? But not going to use it in summer. I could probably sleep in that in spring.
Yeah, you probably could. Yeah, it's a lovely extra layer that just makes it even more comfortable, I think, and cozy. And it's definitely worth the wait.
Yeah, so those bags, the R values of these and the merino clothes, you could easily. Well, we did go sub-zero. I think day 3 we woke up at. Yeah, day 3 we woke up at Ben Glass in the morning, and it was icy on the tent. It had been -2, yeah, -2, -3.
And we were warm throughout the
Perfectly
night. We didn't feel anything. And then the pillows.
Yeah, so pillow, pretty standard thing I think amongst backpackers. Trekology, can't remember which one it is, version 2 of something, inflatable, and then
for extra comfort,
bit of luxury, a small proper pillow. I think we saved weight all over the place enough to have a little bit of comfort, so we both took 2 pillows. So that's sleepy stuff.
Yes.
Not much left really, is there?
Then we have our flex tail to inflate our
battery inflatable
mats.
Device for inflating the mats. again,
fairly quick.
it's a luxury item really. You can do it with bags, blow up bags, but to be honest that only weighs the same and it's easier. So I think it's the latest version, and I think on one charge it blows up 40 airbeds or something.
We haven't had to recharge it yet.
No. So that was that.
Then we can camp clothes probably, or camp shoes.
Yeah, camp shoes.
I took my beloved Crocs, which you probably have seen on the last video that I've finished the West Highland Way wearing them. They are comfortable, wide enough to have or wear your socks with them, so at night you can still wear your socks if it's a little bit chilly and just be comfortable. And they're quite light. So yes, and then my Rab down jacket, that only really got out once.
Is it?
We had.
Can't remember.
Yeah. Once the tent was up and we were ready to just relax and just keep me warm.
Was it an Alpine Light or something?
Yes. Microlight Alpine jacket.
Microlight Alpine.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's very comfortable and keeps you warm enough with a couple of layers.
Yeah. I had a set of Morel sliders, just for whenever we took our shoes off, really, throughout the day, and in the evening at camp, pretty light. I put those in a dry bag in case they were wet after showering and things, so I didn't get my bag wet. And jacket, Rab again. It is it's mainly down, but it has got some synthetic areas in, like the areas that wear the most. It's a Mythic Alpine Light, and it is super light. It only weighs about 200 grams or something. 900 fill power down, so real good quality down and real lightweight. I wore that most nights, I think.
Yeah, you did. And then we have our towels.
Yep. Drying towel, Life Venture, Trek towel.
Very good towels. Dry you quite nicely after you've had a shower. We used it a couple of times to help dry the tent with some condensation. They dry very quickly.
Yeah,
and they are
hang them on the guy ropes.
A fairly decent size, which is good.
Well, this is classed as the extra large, and it's
enough to dry
it's enough to get dried. Fine. Head net, didn't use it.
Lucky enough.
Yeah, I think the midges came out the week after, or 2 weeks after we'd been there. We barely saw any midges back end of April, and it was warm.
It was
decent
warm and
weather.
dry.
Only rained one day, but we got away with it. But I wouldn't not take it just in case. And certainly once you're into May through to September, definitely necessary. Head net.
Yeah.
With the bag, waterproof cover for the bag.
Yep,
Same one, Osprey. Spare clothes, didn't take a lot, really. One pair of spare socks, they're slightly thicker than the others, so only 2 pairs of socks. Spare pair of pants, again, man-made fabric, moisture wicking, and the same Rab base layer, which is a Sonic Ultra.
Oh.
So just 2 base layers, 2 socks, 2 pants, and just wash them, intermittently.
Yeah.
And they dry. They really like. They just dry. Put them on the back of the bag, and they dry throughout the day. And a pair of shorts. Rab Talk shorts. So same as the full length trousers, but obviously shorts. Didn't wear them. Could have left those at home. So that was, I don't know, 200 grams or something. We didn't need to take 300 grams.
I had a buff that I never worn because I was wearing yours. the pair of socks that gave me blisters, I then start wearing them as my camp socks. So when I took my boots out, I would put these socks because they would be dry and they are quite comfy and warm. So I would wear these, a couple of pairs of pants and same pair of shorts, funnily enough, purchased at different times.
Yeah.
That didn't wear, and I would leave them. Waterproofs.
Yep.
Mountain Warehouse. This is probably where I got some weight that
You could save some weight
I could
there.
save some, but it's one of those things. It's a shame that you have to carry them all the time.
You didn't use them, did you?
I didn't use them once because my OEX jacket is enough to keep light rain and keep me dry. So as long as it's not heavy showers, the OEX jacket will do what it's supposed to do. And the trousers, it wasn't raining enough to put that layer on, so I never worn them.
As you say, it rained one day, and that was from
The shortest day that we walked as well.
Yeah, Inverurie to Glencoe Mountain Resort, and it was only 9 miles to swim. So we were there by 1 p.m. after setting off at 9 or something. So yeah, we really didn't need waterproofs that much.
No.
Mine I did wear. I don't think I wore the trousers.
No.
They're again Rab Phantom pull-on trousers, and so a massive difference between these ones, which were probably 300 odd grams, were they nearly 500 grams or something, as opposed to 160. So I mean, I did wear the top, and it was fantastic. It's really I guess a trail running top. It's got no pockets or anything, which is a slight disadvantage, but do you need pockets when it's chucking it down with rain?
No.
Your hip belt tends to you can't get any pockets anyway that well, so it's a compromise for the weight, but they were good.
And then
Head torch.
Oh yes.
That was in the top of the bag.
Toiletries. We took
Probably far more than we needed.
fair more than we needed. All-purpose soap, which we used for everything and anything. We washed our clothes, we washed ourselves, we washed
Pots.
and it does what it needs to do.
Don't lather up very well, does it?
No, but we're not there for a bubble bath, are we? We're lucky enough to get a shower, so it did its
That's
job.
200 mil, isn't it, for two of us, and there's 50 mil left or something. So you can get these in 100 mil. So if you're going on your own, I guess get a smaller one.
Yeah. Tablets that are our toothpaste.
Toothpaste tablets.
And pretty normal things. Toothbrush. My best friend.
Voltarol.
Yes. Some of my best friends as well throughout the whole walk. And then some baby wipes, just for the days that we didn't reach the shower.
Posh wash.
Yeah, posh wash. And
that was like general daily toiletries, wasn't it? We did have another bag then of sort of foot care and seasonal stuff, whether that would be suntan lotion. We didn't take suntan lotion, I don't think, in the end, but we did take Smidge. Didn't use it, but again, if you're going to Scotland anywhere approaching May, you may as well have it just in case the midges are out. So foot care, we had talc, some Gerwold cream, some cream to put on before walking, some cream to put on after walking, plasters, scissors. So that was really sort of foot care. That was in the top of my bag for when we stopped and took our shoes off. We then had a Ziploc bag with this is quite weighty actually, probably didn't need all this.
But we can't afford to lose our shelter.
No, no. So this was all sort of repair kit. We've got this assortment of different guy ropes and elastics and things in there. Extra guy ropes ready for if it was really windy, so that we could double guy. A spare bag for the tent's inner in case we separated it because of any horrendous amounts of water on the fly sheet. We could put the inner in there to keep the inner dry. Needle, thread, a fire starter,
Patches.
repair patches for the airbeds, a gas adapter for butane, and with that a gas transfer valve, just in case we ran out of gas and we couldn't buy the one that we normally use and we needed to buy butane and transfer it into a canister. Swiss Army knife, some seam sealant, some tenacious tape for patching up the tent, and that was pretty much it. So just essential repair, survivally stuff. Didn't use any of it.
No.
I don't think. Didn't have any.
Thankfully, we didn't need it.
So that was all that.
We didn't have any major disasters.
Didn't have any, I don't think, really. Oh, whiskey. 250 ml. Carried all the way to the end.
And then sipped on it.
And then sipped on it on the very last day. Then the final couple of things. Water. Filtration.
I think did we use it once for Loch Lomond?
Yeah, I mean we drank most of the water. We just drank it without filtering it. I can't remember where it was now, but there was evidence of animals and sheep and stuff, so we did filter it there. But most of the place it was coming off the hill, so there weren't any animals. But we did use it. It's a Catadin filter on a Knock, however you pronounce it. I don't think anybody knows how to pronounce that brand. Bladder, and we literally just squeezed that into our water bottles.
Yeah.
So we didn't need any more than that. In a Ziploc bag, just because that's likely to be wet after using it. Then Medikit, usual assortment of plasters, survival blanket, energy tablets, not really for us, but I like to carry stuff just in case somebody else needs it as well. You never know, diabetic or somebody might have a issue, so we've got some of that sort of stuff in case anybody needs help. Some Germaline antiseptic cream, ibuprofen tablets. Oh, the one thing that's not in here is we had some water filter tablets just in case, but we didn't need those. So that's a Medikit. And finally, oh no, it's not finally, you've got some stuff. Finally on my side, toilet kit.
Our poo bag.
Poo bag. Wipes.
My best Christmas present.
Not yet. More wipes. And the trowel, which is the Deuce number 2, weighs about 19 grams for digging the hole. That's it on my side.
On my side we have left the cooking. So we have camping gas. Is it a 450 gram bottle? There was some left by the end of it.
I think there was.
We didn't use it as much as we thought we would. We ate in a lot of pubs and restaurants, which we weren't planning on initially. So this would have done both of us for a week easily.
Yeah.
We have our
Soto Windmaster.
Soto Windmaster with a little adapter for the pans, and then we have, do we call it a tripod base?
Yeah.
For the can, but it's a round can, it's a triangle, but it doesn't fit properly.
Yeah, I can't get my head around this.
Don't know how that is possible, but it is possible.
It fits, but
it's not even.
No, it's like you're in the end one there, but you're not in the end ones on that side. It looks round. Baffling.
Yes. So if anyone knows why, please let us know.
It's like some theory of relativity. I don't know, it doesn't fit properly, but it is alright.
And then we have our titanium pots. 2 for coffees, 2 for mains, a pork, 1 each. What do you call this?
Silicon pot grabber.
A silicon pot grabber. Oh, he's off.
Seen something.
And we have our cloth that we use to dry just the pots and anything else that we needed.
And a G-bolt adapter.
Yep. So
that you can go from screw fitting to push on, because that's a push on canister. You might wonder why we didn't just get canisters that you can screw that straight onto. We already had these, so we just thought we'd use them up.
Yep.
So we've got an adapter, and you never know what you're going to be able to buy. So with that and that, we can use screw-on gas canisters. We can use that gas canister, and then with the other adapter, we can use the tall, thin butane canisters as well.
Yeah.
So that's all of those.
Last but not least,
the shelter.
The shelter, not in its original bag. Our tent, and
we'll put that up in a minute. It's a 3FUL gear Lanshan 2.
Hello.
Not the Pro. We didn't want a single wall, so that's just the standard Lanshan 2, which was absolutely fantastic, I've got to say, for the money you pay. Brilliant. And we'll put that up in a minute. Okay, so that's the Lanshan 2 pitched, and I think between the two of us it takes about 5 minutes. So shall we pump and do some weights?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, we didn't mention sit mat.
Yes.
Because we were sat
on them.
So we're ready to pack the bags. So I think pretty much. Oh, we didn't mention the walking poles either. They were pretty bog standard. We mentioned those in the videos. One of them broke. So I can't remember what order we went in. We're just going to chuck it all in. I carried Joe's sleeping bag because it just equaled the weight out and volume.
We did a few swaps.
Yeah, Joe had the tent and stuff, so it just fit better if I carried both sleeping bags. Both with weight and volume of stuff, I think. So all of that. Oh, we've not covered food because we've eaten it. We took a lot of bachelor's pasta and sauces, easy, rehydratable things, and I'll put it on the screen when I do the video. But I think we carried about, with water and food, it was about 2 kilos
each. Yeah.
A litre of water and 1 kilo of food.
Yeah, and that is pasta, snacks, breakfasts, everything.
Yeah.
So.
Which we ran out of after about halfway, 4 days, 5 days. We stocked up again at Tindrum.
Tindrum, yeah.
About half.
And we didn't use.
Halfway, and we didn't use what we brought back.
No.
So I'll put the final weight because this is not fully what it was going to be, but 7.7 at that, plus the 2 food and water, 9.7. So just under the 10 kilos, which is what we aimed for when we were planning it last year.
And I'm on 8.7.
Yeah, so there might be something I had. I don't know. We were pretty much equal. So there's half a kilo in there that would have been in mine. So we're about 10 kilos. But then, so this was the kicker. Electronics to make the videos.
Which was a last minute decision.
It was. We were going to have none of this.
We were going to rely on our phones. I've contemplated to upgrade my mobile just for the trip, just for pictures and making sure that I had the best quality to just keep the memories. But then
someone decided to buy a load of gear.
Yes.
Namely me. So electronics, I think, ended up adding about 2 kilos each.
If not a little bit more.
So we ended up on 12 kilos or something ish instead of 10. So we had the drone, which was a DJI Mini 3 Pro, 249 grams, its controller, and 3 batteries and a battery pack. So that's fairly substantial.
The bag as well.
The bag. There was then the DJI microphones. They're not in there because we're clearly using all that, but that's reasonably weighty. That went in there. And then all of the vlogging film was done on a Insta360 X3, which is what we're using now. We had the extra long selfie pole, carbon fibre selfie pole.
That you've seen me trying to set up.
200 and something grams.
If you haven't, go and watch it.
Yeah. Which video was that on? Walking from Tindrum, wasn't it, to Inverrun?
Yeah.
This monkey tail is supposed to be able to go on branches or railings or pretty much hold the camera wherever you want. Didn't use it, so didn't really need to take that, but you don't know, do you? So that went with us. 20 milliamp hour emergency battery pack.
I think we only used that a couple of nights when we did wild camps. Not even when we did well, I think it was only one night, because most days we would stop somewhere that we could charge up. But always good to have something like that.
Yeah, just in case.
Just in case.
It's an old one now. It's probably not that efficient. Probably doesn't hold its full charge, but at least it's something. The Insta360 is on a invisible selfie stick tripod combo as well, so that was in here. My headphones, which I didn't use once. I could have left those, to be honest. If you're on your own, probably you would use them, but we were together, so we were talking all the time. Some Insta360 SD card accessories for getting the footage onto the phone, a case for the camera, 3 batteries and 3 more 256 gig cards. So you just don't know how long these things are going to last and where you're going to be able to charge them up. Battery charger for the Insta360 batteries, the bullet time cord, which you'll have seen on some of the videos. I think just above Inverrowing Hotel. I did one up there swinging the camera. That's what that was for. And 2 giant 100-watt charging plugs with 3 USB-Cs and a USB-A in each. And I mean, technically it's 1 each, isn't it, if you're going on your own? So there's 2 of those, but we needed them all, you know, the amount of devices. If we wanted to charge them all up quickly, we needed all of these. And then a whole bunch of cables, 100-watt fast charging cables for all of that. A Garmin watch cable for Joe's Venu and my Instinct. A charging cable for Joe's phone, and 2 more USB-C to USB-Cs for all of these things, you know. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 8 things need charging up, so it just all mounts up. And yeah, we probably could have took 1 battery and thought if it runs out we wait until we can charge it, but we just didn't want to, you know. We wanted it there. If we're going to go to all the bother, then we may as well have it. And so yeah, that all came to, I think, 4 kilos, which is unbelievable, really. You can save all of that weight if you're not vlogging.
But if you're not,
yeah, I mean,
I can lift it. It's easy, good weight, and you probably wouldn't have a big of a gas can if you were doing it on your own.
Actually, yeah, we were given a gas can along the way by Mick. Thanks again, Mick. He gave us a spare gas can. So I guess ordinarily, you would probably just take one of those, not the big 600-gram one that we took. But there were 2 of us. We got through nearly all of it. I would probably take these instead, though, because they're just more easily packed. And
you can put them in little spaces in your rucksack, trying to fill all the gaps, which is a lot harder with the big one. And you can distribute the weight in a little bit more even way as well.
Yeah, but I wouldn't buy these, being a Yorkshire lad. I would cadge empty ones off somebody. We actually got some out of the waste bin at
well, it's not, it's a recycling.
Well, it's a recycling bin for gas canisters at Glen Nevis campsite. A big metal recycling bin. So we grabbed a couple of empty ones out of there, to be perfectly honest, and with that adapter that I showed you, with the gas refill adapter, we now refill these from the big blue one.
Plus they're lower, they're not as away from the ground, easier to cook.
Yeah, they're more stable.
More stable.
They fit better on the tripod.
Yeah.
But to buy one of those it's quite expensive. So buy butane and fill them up is what I'd say to do. It's dead easy. And then always just carry the small ones. And that's it.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, and hope it was in some way useful.
Yes.
If you've enjoyed it, please subscribe. We are going to be doing some more videos. We've got another trip planned for a few weeks' time, Pembrokeshire, and we're also probably going to be doing the Cumbria Way in August. So if you want to see all of those videos, hit the bell icon, give us a like, and subscribe if you can. It really does encourage us to do these videos.
If you have any questions, anything, just put it in the comments, and we'll be more than happy to answer to every single one of them to the best of our knowledge.
Absolutely, yeah.
Share experience.
We love getting comments, good or bad. You know, any feedback's good feedback. So stay safe, and we'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.